is Anita. She's calling from Emmett, Idaho. Anita, hi.
Hi, Bruce.
Thanks for calling.
How's it going, honey?
Good. How are you?
Excellent. What's news?
I'm curious about something.
You are?
Yes. Always. Back in August, my daughter and I were in Boise at the Albertsons on 16th and State, and she went through the checkout, and there was a guy behind her in line that kind of gave her the creeps, and so she was kind of in a hurry to get out to the car, but I kind of checked him out. He seemed okay, and she hurried up and got in the car, but I kind of waited because he was all, ladies, you know, he says, I just wanted to thank you for your beautiful smiles. And he held out his hand like he was going to shake my hand. So I shook his hand, or thought I was going to, but then he ended up kissing the back of my hand.
Huh.
And he came and gave me this neat little smile and said, you have a wonderful day. And then he got on his bicycle to leave, and I turned around to get in the car, and then I thought, well, maybe he needs something else, so I turned around, and he was gone. And there was no way with all the cars around in the parking lot that he could have got out that fast. So I was wondering, was this like a real person just being nice, or... Because before we went in the store, I was thinking, I wonder if we'll see an angel today.
Oh, really?
So that was kind of weird.
I love stories like that. I was just telling Bruce tonight about some experiences, literally being touched by angels. It's the neatest thing. What I'm sensing around you, and I also like to throw this one out here, Anita, that I truly believe that every person on this planet has ample opportunity to act as an angel, if you will.
Right.
You know what I mean? Of course, you know my thoughts about things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that what was going on around you actually probably you're going to run into this individual again. And
I had that same feeling. I just don't know when.
Yeah, no, it's soon. You're going to probably run into them at least once, maybe twice before the end of the year.
Okay. Because I've been back over there a couple times thinking maybe I'll see him today.
Yeah, interesting. I do find that, again, a couple of more contacts before the end of the holiday season, before Christmas is here. For some reason, I feel a very strong act of some sort of generosity, or what I would say helping someone in need that would be involved with this individual.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely... Part of this has to do with something you were focused on about 3 months ago, or perhaps in the time period of March. Now, knowing that you take pretty good notes and journalize, you might want to refer back to that time period, or even check back 3 months ago, find out what was going on around you.
A lot.
Oh, yeah, tell me, huh? That's amazing. Yeah, well, we all have these full adventures, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on just 1 second. You know, to be honest with you, I really do feel that you've got something special going on here, Anita.
Okay.
So I feel that if the purpose of revelation is what you're hoping for in the near future with this individual, to have something a little bit more tangible, that I can't put my finger on.
Okay.
I do know that running in or having further contact, if you will, is inevitable. To me, that feels like there's two more things. For some reason, I feel like you've been asking for a little bit more proof in the pudding with God.
I don't mean to, but yeah, I do that a lot.
I know, but
I always get an answer.
I know you always get an answer, but what I was about to say was that I feel like you've been asking for a little bit more proof in the pudding with God, and then you go, ouch, ooh, and then back off and say, no, just kidding. You know what I mean? No, not really.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not wrong. See, you're coming from a different perspective, honey. Some people go, oh, yeah, bite me, prove something before.
Yeah, see, and I'm not doing it that way.
Of course not. That's not you. Exactly. It's not wrong to ask God to have you have an opportunity to see more of his kingdom, more of the beauty that's around you, be it a child's laughter or contact of perhaps someone like you're describing who perhaps could be a physical angel, or someone that came in to touch you, or perhaps that angel was trying to kill a few birds with one stone. I do believe in the physical apparition of angels. I have for many, many years, and have been blessed not only to hear your story tonight, but stories of others that I do respect, and had a few incidences of my own. So I do find that this is not something that is improbable. My natural instincts on this one, to be honest with you, is to tell you, yeah, this is something very different. Now, Anita, you happen to know me quite well, you know, attending the church and coming to classes. You know that I'm more apt to go, oh, no, this was just a nice person. You know how skeptical I am about things. And you've seen me, you know, with people with stories coming to me, and I just sit there going, hello. But you know what? I have to be honest with you, Anita, this does not feel from that area for me. So I would almost, and I feel like I'm stepping out a little thinner ice and going, you know, this is possibly very real. I would let myself, if I was in your position, and again, this is a personal comment, personal thoughts. I'd let myself delight in the possibility of the truth that, yes, this is real, this is real. I would delight in that. And if anything, the simplicity of the act of kindness is the true gift here. And it wouldn't be as exciting to know that a real angel came down, flipped you off, and slapped you across the face. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, that would be a bummer. But, you know, so taking the angel aspect away from it, the act of expression, the act of what you have been thirsting for, which is unconditional love shown towards you from others. You have been expressing this beautifully to so many for so long. And to find this coming, well, you have, I've witnessed it. And to find this coming back, is just incredible, and sometimes it's like going, oh my God, was it a special angel? And yes, it is by all means. I mean, the act itself will define that. But I do have to get out there in a little bit of thin ice and say, yeah, I bet you this one could possibly be a physical apparition. But again, I am just positive this is going to happen at least 2 more times, and I really do feel it's before the close of
now with
midnight
the
of
same
Christmas Eve.
person, or just
oh no,
act
the
in
same
general?
one. No, the same one. It would have to be the same one. I would have to say it has to be the same one. I cannot tell you that perhaps the individual will have the same type of clothing on each time, or even be on a bicycle each time, or even at the same location. But I would say general area, I'm definitely feeling yes. So would I say, would I be shocked that it is the same location each time? No. The general area, I definitely feel that that's very strong pull there for you. But I would definitely keep my eyes and ears open. And the main thing is revel in delight. The act of unconditional love and kindness was the true message from God. And that other stuff is just, like I said, you know, because there are a handful of angels that people forget about that come down and start wars.
Oh, I know.
You know, or have carried a heavy message. Well, you've got so many different angels, you know. The angel
there's been enough heavy stuff going on.
Yeah.
Nice to have something light.
Thank you. So that's why jokingly, if it was an angel coming out slapping you, it would be kind of profound, but it's like, wouldn't give you as many warm fuzzies.
I'd be like, what'd I do?
Yeah, thank you. So again, the main focus is not so much whether it is physically an angel sent from God who is purposely incarnated at that moment, or a human being that was created by God that happened to express what it means to know God. And either act, either physicality is the essence of unconditional love that God shows. And through there is where you'll find your deepest solace and reward. And the rest of it, if you walk forward without assumption, is where I find you'll find your clearest delight. Okay? Who's Brian, by the way?
I've known a Brian, but I haven't seen him for a long time.
Possibly could be coming back in your life, or no, you know what? I'm going to jump back and say it's someone new. Pay attention for that person. Not a bad hookup there. Nice person.
I got one more quick question.
Sure.
My mom lives in Tucson, and she's getting really homesick. Do you think she's going to move home this year or next year, or at all?
Let me see what happens here. Can I ask you a quick question? Does your mother's side of the family prone to circulation, heart, stroke, anything like that?
A lot of cancer.
Cancers. Okay, I'm more into I felt the heart a lot. Let me double check something here.
My daughter's been having problems with her heart. She's been having a lot of palpitations.
Oh, really? Should go have her checked out?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, good.
And my mother did have a kidney transplant a long time ago.
Oh.
So she's just...
Yeah, that could be probably why I was shaking so much with the blood system, not being a doctor. You know what? I'd actually say right now, if I had to make a bet, I'd say there's a much stronger chance that, yes, she will move after sometimes in March, April of next year. The window's open all the way through, I would say at least May of the following year. I bet you anything it's going to be tail end of summer, though, or to be honest with you, that she's really going to bite the bullet and say, you know, I think it's time. But one thing she's concerned about, to be honest with you, is could she handle this type of weather again?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Well, and also not only because of the emotional state, your mother does much better with a lot more sunlight. I wonder if she has light deprivation to a degree, where she could get bummed during the winter. But more than that, she's also, got her personal health concerns.
Right.
That type of thing. So it'll be kind of interesting. But the homesick thing, girlfriend, I'm there, big time. Your mom loves you to death. She admits to everybody. And it'd be kind of neat to have a nice little reunion.
My younger sister and I live here in town, and our brother lived down there at the time, so she decided it was time to go be with him for a while.
Right.
And my sister's having some problems, and so she's kind of feeling guilty, like she needs to get up here and help. And I've tried to tell her it's okay, we'll get through stuff up here.
Right. Mom's good gal.
Yeah,
she really is. She's doing some great things. Is your brother not living there anymore?
No, he lives in Las Vegas now.
Ah, perfect.
Yes. So they still get to see each other.
Bye,
Well,
Mom.
at least, yeah, really, they're not too far away from one another. You know, again, I would have to say that, yeah, if I had to make a bet, I'd say 2/3 of me wants to say she's coming.
Okay.
You know, that type of thing. So, well, Anita, got to get to my commercial break, sweetheart. It was a pleasure hearing from you.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks for calling. How can we help you?
You've got a good heart, honey.
Oh, thank you.
Great attitude. I like your optimism. Even when life is like in the pits for you, you always lift up something after you get done being mad or crying, and you go, oh, well, okay, we can handle this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Jamie, you're just a love. I don't want you to worry so much about union relationship stuff, you know. You have a lot of heaviness around there at times. You get a little too stressed out.
Yes.
You know, and this is a bit of a challenge. I also find it interesting that you're calling me because you're kind of a skeptical person by nature, you know what I mean? And you like to have your ducks in a row. I mean, you definitely believe God's real and all that. You're not real big on the religious aspect of certain religious things that you feel that are, you know, filled with negativity or fear, you know what I mean?
Right.
But your love for God and your ability to pray for people, especially in time of need or sorrow or tragedy or health or whatever, is just awesome. You've got a great heart, very snappy. You're a very snappy person. Well, you are. You got a response for everything. Very few times. If Jamie's ever at a loss for words, I'm telling you, the pig's starting to fly. You know what I mean? It's true. And I like the fact that your intellectual capacities have not allowed your ego to get out of proportion. You know what I mean? You know, granted, you're not carrying a PhD, but you are a very sharp learner. Your witticism is wonderful. You can be quite charming. Not that you can't blow somebody out of the water if necessary. But you definitely are a charmer, that's for sure. I'm real excited about the nervousness of the hope of a new job or a new raise or some sort of growth around career. You feel like you're anticipating something and you're hoping for something to happen. I would definitely tell you that you've got it written in the stones, you know what I mean? That you really should. Have you recently got promoted or got some extra business coming your way?
No.
Well, then you hold on to your socks. It's going to be happening really soon. You know, I also get a lot of, what do you call it, horse energy around you, you know, with horses. And so normally this means one of two things for me. Either you love freedom or seeking freedom and strength, or you just have a thing for horses themselves physically, you know, the animal. And it's one or the other for you. But you're going to be fine. Drawn to the name of Rhonda with you. Very strong. And also someone named Sarah around you. Keep those two names in mind, okay? You're going to be all right. You're a good soul.
Do you see anything significant happening to me now or in the next couple months?
Yeah, union. Definitely union. And there's a move around you too, honey.
A move?
Uh-huh. And I feel that you want to cry over babies out of joy. Those are the things I feel the strongest around you at this time. Who's pregnant that you're hooked up with?
Well,
Is it you?
I don't know.
Is that what you're hoping for? Well, because I'm telling you, the weeping from sheer joy over pregnancy and babies is overwhelming me right now. Would you seek a move if you were pregnant or had a child?
No.
Don't be surprised then that a move would be around work or career. Definitely. And then this union thing is very, very strong. You're married to your husband, aren't you? You're not married to him?
No.
Then that's what I'm sensing. Don't be surprised if the wedding bells and the baby all hit about the same time. Because you're definitely going to get married to this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey?
Does that surprise you?
Well, married again?
Well, it's
To him?
You were married to him before? Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, it means a lot to you, or you wouldn't have shared such an intimate side of yourself. You know, he actually has grown quite a bit. Granted, he walks on shaky ground, and a lot of times as we're trying to grow through areas of our lives that can be rather destructive, it takes a little time to get your feet. Sort of, I always liken that to when Bambi first started to walk, you know how shaky Bambi was? And it's sort of like that when you find someone being born again or changing some old ways. Sometimes when they step out, it's a little bit shaky. But, you know what, I have a lot of strength around this. You know, I'm trying to figure out what this guy's name. Doesn't he have dark hair? Kind of straighter dark hair? Yeah, that's the one. He's always futzing with his hair.
Yes.
He's a nice guy. He is. He has some issues with his mom, though. You know that, don't you?
With his mom?
Uh-huh. He loves her an awful lot. Does he still hang out with her, or are they in good contact with each other?
Not a lot of contact. She's out of state.
Oh, she's out of state. That's probably the issues that are going on. I feel like he just misses her, you know, that kind of stuff. But he works very hard to try to please her, though. You know what I mean? And so that's a good sign for you. I do feel like he's trying to get rid of his old ways, his old habits. You know what I mean? And so personally, Jamie, you've tried this. You're going to put this man's name on again, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, you never changed your name after you got a divorce?
Nope.
Oh, that's going to make the stationery and check thing real easy. Yeah, I just wish you could. Do you guys already have... Do you have a little girl, a little boy already?
Little boy, yes.
Oh, he's got a sister coming then, honey. Doesn't the little boy have lighter color hair than the dad?
Yep.
I thought so. Little girl's going to be a charmer, just like mom. But let me tell you something. You blink. She's that girl. She's the type of little girl. She'll just be drop dead beautiful. But she's a little girl that looks all American, like the Gerber baby or something. And when she gets a little older with a little tea house and everything, if you do something wrong, she'll have the look from Satan coming out of her face. You know that look of, I could kill you.
The look I get.
Oh, that's probably what I'm describing. But anyway, she's a wonderful child, and I believe she's going to have blue eyes, blue-green color, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. You guys have blue-green colors in either side of your family? Yeah, definitely. She's a charmer, that one. A little stubborn, and she's not real good on patience. Smart as a whip, and will be very demanding around. She's going to have a little dog that she's going to bond to, and she'll be very demanding with this dog. You know, like she's Mother Hubbard. But it's going to go really well. Who's Kathleen or Catherine? Kathy, maybe?
Kathy.
Doesn't ring a bell right off the top of your head?
Old friend.
Well, you know what? I'm drawn to this name big time. Since this is someone perhaps you haven't been around in a long time, don't be surprised if that one starts knocking on your door. And I would not be surprised that she has gone through some sorrow, maybe some loss. And I am getting a physical picture of her being almost like exasperated. Exhausted, almost panicky, and I see her coming to you when it's been raining. You know what I mean? And if it's not an actual time period at night when it has been raining, when you run into her, you'll be able to help her, though. She does, you and her used to really be on a same frequency for some reason. If it's not physically rain or at night, then what that part of her appearance with you would have to be considered symbolic, meaning that she may be finding herself in some heavy times right now. And if I'm not mistaken, she's a pretty strong person. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And she's not one that runs around and spreads her laundry everywhere on the front yard. You know what I mean? And so if she does hit this and, you know, does turn to you, it's not a fluke or a coincidence. You two are perhaps, you know, able to help one another because you're not one who is going to take away her power or think she's broken or anything like that. You give her room to express, and actually, because of your optimism and things of that, and you're pretty down to earth and logical, you're more apt to give her some very clear thoughts. So it's going to go really well. Yep, that's a little girl coming for sure. Definitely. Who's Eugenia? Or wait, Eugenia? Does that ring a bell with you, an older person? Regina, maybe it's Regina. Do you vacuum with, or do you iron with one of them Regina things? No, I'm kidding.
No.
Yeah,
From
iron.
Ronco?
Yeah, really. Keep the name in mind. Also, too, someone named Debbie or Deborah is going to be a little bouncy with you. She might kind of get on your nerves every blue moon.
My mother.
Is that who it is? Yeah, well, that makes sense. I was just about to say, take it with a grain of salt. She's basically a good person, but you know what? She needs to watch her health. I'm feeling challenges around her breathing and her respiratory a lot. So she needs to be smart. Has she been exposed to smokers a lot?
No, not really.
Okay, she needs to watch her respiratory and her breathing. Is she prone to flus or pneumonias or colds?
Colds, yeah.
Yeah, she needs to be careful. What I'm picking up right now may just be from the fact that, you know, she's going to be hitting a major cold. Does she ever complain about having indigestion problems? Because I feel that around her, too. Nice lady, though, your mom. She really is. She's strong like you are. But ultimately, I do know this, though. Push comes to shove, she's going to stand by your side.
Okay. Okay.
You know, she's there for you, honey. Listen, I'm at a commercial break right now. Congratulations on the upcoming stuff. Don't get too excited. It's going to go real smoothly. And you remember this, your guy that you're in love with, every blue moon, he kind of like needs to feel like he's in charge. You know what I mean? So don't go out by the wedding dress tomorrow and slap on a ring and go, oh, by the way, come on, we're getting married. I mean, he needs to, you know what I mean? Well, you know how you are. You're more apt to go, oh, look, apples, and then take charge. He has a very delicate little ego thing going on, bless his heart. So he needs to think like he's leading it on occasion, and which is not bad. You kind of get a kick out of that, too, you know? Well, it's true. And do me a favor. I don't want you to listen to any of your friends or family members that are going to tell you that this man's not changing. You know he has changed a lot. You have felt it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And also, Jamie, as pissed off as you were, everyone hates it when I use that word, but as angry as you were when you guys split up and all that stuff happened, if you had not seen significant changes in this man, he could have showed up, you know, glued in $100 bills and you still wouldn't have touched him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so you're not a fool. You know, you just don't, you know, say, okay, let's do this for memory's sake. That's not who you are. So right there, you've got a great indication that your love is there because you started questioning your instincts again after the fact. You know what I mean? Don't do that this time. You guys, I really do feel, I mean, if people want to use the, you know, trendy phrase of soulmates, this one's knocking on your door for sure. Jamie, it's been a pleasure talking to you, honey.
Thank you very much.
God bless. You take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What's going on, honey? What can I help you with?
Well, I'm just kind of curious about my husband's new career and my friend Dana in Arizona.
Okay, you need to watch your health. Are you dealing with some weight issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to watch that, sweetheart. Your metabolism has slowed up an awful lot. But what I'm concerned about is the pressure it's putting to your hips, lower back, because sometimes your knees or legs are going numb on you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You might want to consider, Nicole, contacting my herbalist. Okay?
Okay.
She'll be able to help you in a heartbeat. Shoot, I worked with some stuff a couple years ago with her, and I lost a little bit over 50 pounds the first time out.
Oh, wow.
Which is nice. Yeah, now I'm down to a nice svelte. But anyway, look at these people laughing at me in the studio. What?
Never. Would not.
Go
Would
there.
not even go there.
Anyway, no, seriously though, Nicole, I would talk to her, and then you'd also feel a little better because you have almost like this stress thing going on in the muscles because you work real hard. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're also a good person. You have a heart of gold, and you're also very family-based and very loyal. I like that about you. I wouldn't worry about the husband's new job. It seems like it's going to be fine. Although, I feel, is he working on a contract or something?
He's getting ready to go to school.
Oh, that's what okay. That right there, I would tell you that you guys would have to be a little shaky or feel a little shaky at times if he's going to be able to finish it or make it last a little longer.
Okay.
As he goes into this, it's going to be fine. Is he going into anything with a lot of technology involved?
Truck driving.
No, that was not what I see then. You know what? He must be someone who likes to futz around and fix things or make
Unfortunately,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be it then, because I'm just inundated with all this. I honestly thought he might start repairing stuff like that. Okay, what I would tell you then, since he's going into truck driving school, he will graduate just fine. I don't know if he'll be the top in his class, but he's sure going to be in the top 2 or 3.
Okay.
Because you know he's anal about a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so he always likes to do, and he always has this thing of being Mr. Big Guy in the truck or car anyway. He's the only one who knows how to drive properly. You know how he's always been. This is why you never say a thing anymore. You just kind of just sit there.
Yep.
Well, safer.
Hold on to life.
Hold on to life. I mean, who wants to become a hood ornament or something breezing in the rearview mirror? But anyway, he's going to follow through with this. The career choice is excellent. What I see happening now that I wondered about the contract, I'll explain this to you. Once he gets out of school, he lands a job rather quickly that is a job that I would call seasonal or perhaps done by contract. So if he ends up with a company that maybe lands a contract to ship or deliver or whatever with another company, there's a possibility that within 2 months to 4 months or even in the first 60 days, it's soon, that once he gets all excited about it, gets on a roll with the first company, that they're going to lose their contract and he may get laid off right away. You know what I mean? Do not fret. Within 3, maybe 6 days at best, he lands a job in the trucking industry with a company that is actually has their own trucking department, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of companies, they don't have their own shipping fleet or their own trucks, but they use that industry a lot, so they'll contract with an independent company.
Right.
And that's where I feel he's going to get a job, because he's going to hear about this other company through word of mouth. And that's the first company that he ends up losing his job with. But you just tell him, oh, that's a big deal. A couple of days, you got another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's with a company that's non-contract, and they actually have their own, trucks available. And so that's the area I would look into. You know where else he might want to try to get a job with, believe it or not, is UPS.
UPS?
Because he wants to drive the big rigs.
Right.
And so from what I understand, UPS has some great benefits. There's a lot of changes, and I do anticipate UPS's company actually growing quite large over the next 6 years. I mean, even more so than they have had growth in the past.
Okay.
And so, they do have, obviously, a lot of people that drive the larger trucks as well. Food for thought, though, for him. Also, a little bit later on down the road, Nicole, he is going to end up in upper management, again, in the industry of freight or delivery. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And because of his years of being on the road, will give him a little bit of a better insight how to deal with his staff, the other truck drivers. Sort of like been there, done that, so now he can relate to them as opposed to being just white collar.
Right.
And so that's a major thing with him. So it just goes extremely well. Extremely well.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't need to fret over this one. Oh, by the way, Christmas is going to be a little teeny bit tight. So why you kids are not buying Christmas gifts now, like every week or so, buy a couple little things.
Okay.
It would really make the season go just a lot smoother for you. And you must be cooking up a storm during the holidays. Do you like to cook?
I love to cook.
Oh, girlfriend, I'm telling you, when I get a flash of Christmas, you are in your element. And people just... You know what? You've thought about starting a catering thing before, or a particular food product to sell to people. I don't remember what's going on. I don't know if you remember what's going on. Think about this. As good as you are with cooking, you might want to consider coming up with, like, I don't know, just an example, mom's favorite whipped cream or grandma's secret jelly surprise. I don't know, something.
Okay.
Something that can be canned or put in jars or sauces or something that you could ship out. Oh, you could use your husband's company. But anyway, do it on the internet.
Okay.
A website. There's an idea you're going to come up with because, you're a nice version of the Martha Stewart thing.
Okay.
Well, Martha Stewart could be, Beelzebub's wife. Anyway, she got some attitude. But she's good at her work, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you have some ideas coming up around the corner. Maybe the holidays you kind of go, oh, I should make these and sell them.
Okay.
But anyway, keep that in mind. It brings you in a big buck.
Can I suggest, please skip the fruitcakes?
The fruitcake, yeah, those have been over-marketed. There's actually only about 14 fruitcakes in existence.
That's the proven
Yeah,
science.
they keep just mailing them back and forth to people across the country. It's like a
Revolving.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, chain letter. Nicole, thank you so much, honey, for calling. It's been a pleasure working for you. You're a good soul.
Okay, and now what about my friend in Arizona?
Not a problem. There's a lot of pitching fits and that kind of stuff. Health is going to get better. Things smooth out, but not until January.
Okay.
So hang in there with Dana. Dana's going to be fine, and Dana's going to probably move up here anyway.